Okay, now we're going to talk about your house in Orfordville,
Very well. Let's talk about my house in Orford.
which you moved to in 1992 when you had your farm sale.
That's where we
But-
moved to, yes.
But you had bought it sometime in
We bought it
1990.
a couple of years before, so we had some time to work on it.
Yeah, and when was the house built?
The house was built in 1914. The builders, the owner of the house at that time was Ben and Nettie Renley, local people. And the builder, and I've got a picture of them in the entryway, which will go with the house, of course, when the house is sold. Well, I don't know, they may burn it down, maybe they won't like it. Maybe they won't like my color scheme. But anyway, yeah.
And the builder's name was Fred Carver.
Ted Carver.
Fred.
And I have a picture of him, the man that did the actual building. I have a picture of him in the entryway also. I got that from his granddaughter in Janesville. I've never met her. And the other one I had, the Renley, the name Renley. There was a nephew of the original owner was still living when I moved to Orfordville. As a matter of fact, his widow is still living in Orfordville, in Monroe right now. Yeah, but I've been around there since the late 80s. Yes.
So the house was in good shape structurally, but it needed some renovation or a restoration to bring it back to the way it was.
Yeah, they had renovated a lot of this stuff years ago. I don't know what that was the thing to do to save heat or save money or what, but they had paneling down. They put paneling on the walls. They dropped the ceilings and upstairs. Well, it is also had been known as the house with all the doors. The house with all the doors. And you go into my house and look around where there used to be doors. There are not doors there now, but you can tell they were there. So it was quite a challenge. And the upstairs, all the woodwork, all the windows, the doors,
The walls,
the what?
the walls and the
The
ceilings.
walls. Yeah, the ceiling, everything was painted green. And I took off, there were 10 doors just upstairs. And I took the hardware all off, painted, that was all painted. And I took that all off. It took me, I used 31 gallons of stripper. Ooh. But now everything is back to original. Oh, and another interesting thing on the floor, and where they could save a little money. We got maple floor upstairs and downstairs, and where they could save a few cents, they put pine floors in the closet, them few square feet. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
And so downstairs in one of the rooms there was paneling, and then under that many layers of wallpaper with the outer layer painted.
Yeah. And they had a plywood floor down the kitchen. I thought, well, I'll pull that up and see what's under there. And I had plywood, linoleum, yeah. Plywood and linoleum, plywood and linoleum, and plywood. I had 5 layers under there. And I pulled that stuff up with a little silage for it. Yeah. Well, Well, that's what they used to take shingles off of roofs too, Nancy. Yeah. It was quite a handful, but we went back up, we took the drop ceiling out and went back up and put the oak trim back where it belonged.
And didn't you found some trim in the garage,
Yes, some trim in the garage.
and then you bought some trim from,
And then I bought some down by Beloit there by Oldie's Country Store. Put a couple of pillars back up there where they belong. They're not quite true, but for the casual observer, it's good enough.
and then the outside of the house was white when you
The
bought it.
out of the house was white, yes. And I decided, I must have been out of my mind then already, I was gonna paint the house. We looked around all over the country, literally, to what colors would go with the house like that. We finally decided on something that we saw in California. Partially, some of the colors were at Steiner and Pierce,
With the painted ladies,
painted ladies, yep.
and you got the paint at Sherwin-Williams.
I got the paint at Sherwin-Williams, yep. And I painted it on whole house, 4 colors, all ladders. That was a handful.
And how high was the?
Well, the end of a 40-footer. Yeah, it was a handful. But I've had it painted since then, professionally. But the colors remain the same as when I started with them, and I'm happy with them. So that's about all I can